Nothing happened. As far as I can tell, we're not live. Oh, now we are.
Are we live?
It looks like we might actually be live, yeah.
Yeah, apparently we're live. Don't you press that button.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So there we are. Hello and welcome to everyone. Having
Right,
a few
I'm gonna
technical
turn this
glitches because the cupboard monkey was clicking manically at buttons and and scratching her bottom.
I was trying to make things work and it just wouldn't work, and then all of a sudden it did.
Yeah, and she was savouring a particularly eggy fart. But enough about the cupboard monkey. It's great to see you. I hope I find you well. It's Monday. It's 7 o'clock UK time. And that can mean only one thing. And I mean that one thing. Drop everything else you're doing. All you're allowed to do is like breathe a little bit. But
I was carrying fine china. You want me to drop it?
yeah, go on then.
No.
You can't do the noise.
I'm not.
You can't.
I'm going to place it down carefully.
Yeah. Oh, okay, well you do that. So,
I'm not going to
anywho,
drop it like it's
we've
fast.
got Anthony, RG Models 86, Caroline Rogers 1057, Alehead Railway, Summer Breeze Model Railway, Mike Lane TT 120, DJK 666, James Pets. We do approve that you're in nice and early. Andy Friars Junction, Flammer Chema 1, Vobert Becking, Ben Tullett, Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath, Mr. Powell. That's Mr. Powell to you. Stephen Maxwell, Sarah Davis, Iron Horse Rowers, Ben Tullett, Simon Pitcher, Darryl Lewis, ZM8DZ. David Scott, 6468, Richard Swiderski, Summer Breeze, Mother Railway, Zantec. Who else we've got? Dave the Trains, Jacob Card, JC43HST, Nigel Cole, 1936, Claude Hamilton, Simon Trains, Mother Railway, Worthington, Mother Railway, Michael Lane, TT120, I can't remember if we've mentioned you or not, Mark Wakeman, 3805, Bree Kennedy, 75. Oh, we've got loads and loads of great people in. Stefan Etherington as well. Norton Hill 114. Awesome Bricks. Ruben Ashwell. JTG Werewolf. Redbridge Railways. Andy B. Great to see you all. I hope that you're well. Now, it is a little bit stuffy and hot up here. So that's why we're going to roll VT.
Welcome to the Monday Club, your online model rail club for all the news, gossip, layout tours and more with your host, broadcaster and model maker, Jennifer Kirk.
And that, Jen, is why you should never take sweets from strangers while crossing the road.
That's really quite thought-provoking. I will have to bear that in mind. And is that why you ended up in a windowless panel van, having a look for where you could see these imaginary puppies he said he had?
I saw the puppies.
Did you?
They didn't look like normal
I don't
puppies.
think they were. Oh, hello everybody! It's great to see you back after the cool little intro. Yes, cool transition.
Cool transition.
Yes.
Oh
swish,
man,
swish,
Equals
swish.
3 was great.
It was. Right, anywho, I'm going to try and chase a model around the layout.
Does that mean I have to keep pressing buttons?
Yes, it does. Yes, you can earn your keep.
I don't want to.
So
wanna be a
this,
slacker.
you'll be seeing the CMR train line. That's the box. It had a bit of a hard life through through customs. No, nobody told customs how boxes work. It's like, oh, it does open. No, we will go in through the top with a Stanley knife. Luckily, the model was okay. So this is from CMR Train Line. This is a 2-truck 3-cylinder Shay. Been sent it to use as a demonstrator. You might recognise it as having been advertised by a different company. Now, to cut off all of the stupid comments that...
Because we know there will be some.
Right. These models never belong to KR models because the bill was never paid. So these belong to CMR Trainline, which is actually, we found out last week that they're actually quite a big player in China. So I've got another box here. This was for the really quite snazzy electric freight locomotive that they do. But that's the company that has...
Okay, there's something wrong with the screen because...
What?
No, maybe it's just the timing, because that is really far behind.
Zoe, don't. When I'm in my
I'm sorry, I thought there was I thought the screen wasn't working, but the shade wasn't on the
because
the
it
image.
was. No, it's perfect.
It's there now. It's got bold.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Because
You were talking.
Yeah, I was, and then I had my flow. My ill rhymes were interrupted. Where was I? Oh yeah. So CMR Trainline is the company in China that made the Shay, and they're currently working on finding a distributor. Now do bear in mind this is ostensibly an American model, so they're most likely to turn up in the US. But it's production sample, it's doing the do as it goes around. Really quite a mesmerising little thing. I particularly like the whistle, so I'm going to give it a blast of the whistle.
That is a very American whistle. I'm getting flashbacks to opening Railroad Tycoon 2.
Peter Joyce says, hi all, sorry I was 7 minutes early. Oh, Gandalf. There is no Gandalf, only Zool.
Monday Clubber is never early, Todo wagons, nor are they late. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
What does that mean? Chat disconnected?
Okay, Jen, that means that the chat was disconnected.
Okay.
And now it's reconnected.
Oh, right.
Like I said to you, YouTube's been having some issues. We barely managed to go live.
Than the times. Anywho, so, Cupboard Monkey, what's in the news?
Well, we've got a special message from our wonderful sponsor, Andy Sawyer at Sawyer Models. Big up to Andy and the Sawyer Models posse for keeping the lights on.
Yay!
Andy's asked us to...
Don't touch that switch.
Andy's asked us to remind people that the Leyland Model Railway Club Model Railway exhibition is on the 22nd of August from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sunday the 23rd of August from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. So I'm going to press a button here to just bring you up on the screen while I show off the deets. Here's a tweet with the deets. So yes, Halls for All at 44 Moss Lane, Leyland. Apparently it's a 5-minute walk from the railway station, and it has an activity room and is fully accessible. So there you go, guys. Give that a shot and have a nice weekend.
DJK666 says, I went over to Llangefni earlier and found the old station. The track is still in situ. Is that the old Alnwick? That line on Anglesey. Sorry, I'm just my brain is going. I can give you German. Can't do Welsh at the moment. But yeah, the track is actually intact all the way to the gates of the former Associated Octel plant. Ben Tullett says, "Is it British Leyland?" What's British Leyland? British Leyland? No.
No, the Leyland show.
Oh, the Leyland show. Well, it's near where Leyland used to be.
Yeah.
Ravenheart Modelling says, is that British Leyland? If so, it'll be made of rust.
Okay.
Yes.
I dare you to be able to pronounce that.
Martin Webber, TB2GI says, hey, am I to all those viewing from Ateria. Yo, do you know how it's pronounced?
No.
Oh, you. Oh. Aaronville says, howdy, I'm early, although Gus Hadley says they're late. Gandalf?
A Monday Clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Stephen Maxwell says, I was in Margate for the Hornby 1-to-1 exhibition. Fascinating. Yeah,
Oh,
when
isn't
we've been round that room, we got a
Room? It's more than one room.
Yeah, but we got a sneak peek guided tour when we did the building a Black 5, a Hornby Black 5 locomotive from bits from the factory. They gave us a lovely guided tour.
I'm still amazed they managed to get that tank on a upper floor.
Well, yeah, they took it up the ramp outside. Oh, thank you so much, Silver Moose 2812.
Thank you.
Very kindly given £5 to the Vicky Top Up Fund. Oh, thank you so much. But today we are going to be talking about models we'd like to see, and this is basically models which have never been produced ready to run before. I don't mean like, oh, well, we should have another retool of the 9F. No, we're talking about things like what Rails of Sheffield announced a few days ago with the Great Central Railway B2, later B19, which is a locomotive. I'll be quite honest, I never thought that we'd get that model ready to run. And it's quite amazing in a way, because things like the B3, I think the B4 and the B5, some of these lasted till about 1950, 1951, but the B2 was actually withdrawn before British Railway, so 1947, wow. The last of those were withdrawn. No surviving examples, there are only 5 of them, and they weren't a massive success. Probably only lasted as long as they did by virtue of the Second World War. A lot of locomotives and rolling stock. The only reason they survived as long as they did was because of the Second World War. But I find it quite fascinating that we're going to get some of these things ready to run that even 5 years ago you would have never have guessed at being a ready to run item. So I'm going to share with you, and I can see some people there. Mark Waitman suggested the B16. I have to say, actually, the B16 definitely up there. One which we need to see. We need it. D16 as well. There's another one. LB and SCR L class suggests Sean Connick. And what I would like to say is, people suggesting models, justify. Sell it to me. Change my mind. Make it so that I can run away to somebody like CMR Trainline and say, this looks like a goer. Now, I will actually say at this point, because I have been hassled by a particular manufacturer. Oh, when are you going to tell people? When are you going to tell people? Well, it didn't seem obvious to tell people until
you were certain.
Until I was certain, and also when the first of the models that they're producing are officially announced. Don't ask me what they are, because I'm not going to tell you. It's not my place to announce them. But I've been working as a consultant for CMR Trainline. So there is a reason. They didn't just send me these things out of the goodness of their heart. That does not happen. Trust me. I am this.
You've done it long enough.
Yeah.
You know.
This face is not one that gets things because people just. Well,
this face closes doors.
Yes, this face closes doors, not open them. The only way this face opens doors is when they're being slung into it at high speed. Iron Horse Railway says CMR are lucky to have you, Jen. Thank you so much. So I'm acting as a consultant and a researcher. So that means I know what CMR are working on, but we're not going to talk about that. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to have, James Pett. It's certainly interesting. It's different. James Pett says, this face closes doors on a T-shirt.
I like it.
Yeah. And actually, Stefan Etherington, it needs no justification. I'm right there with you. The Southern Railway Z-Class, I'll be honest with you. And don't go, oh, Jamie said somebody's working on it. I don't know of anybody working on it, but that doesn't mean to say that they're not. But I'm almost certain that somebody somewhere must be working on the Z-Class. It's not school. You don't have to sit there.
I know. You talk and talk and talk, and I want to make sure that in
Reach for the
in
sky!
a point where it's appropriate to jump in, I can bring in what I would like to see.
Steam Shield says more pre-grouping LNER. Ooh.
Okay, well, I have one.
Do
and
you?
It's one word, Blücher.
Blücher. Oh, that's that era 1 from Germany, isn't it? Is it from Germany, or was that one of the ones that ran on the Bolton and Lee Railway?
No. Blücher, the
It's
locomotive by George Stephenson.
Right, and
The
where?
prototype that became Rocket.
So where did it run, or was it never built?
It was almost never ran. It was mostly stationary, and it was a demonstration of his boilers technique.
So it was a proof of concept. Mm.
Yeah.
Um,
I would love to see it. But I would love to know if Jenny knows who it's named after.
Admiral Blücher in Germany.
No.
Who?
General Blücher of Prussia. Germany didn't exist.
Well, I say because I know that there was a Blücher battleship in the Second World War
There
and
was.
the First World War as well.
Yes.
So they're all named after the same person,
Yes,
I'm guessing.
General Blücher, who
Yeah.
was at... Now, here's something that a lot of people don't know. He was at the Battle of Waterloo with the British.
What, just observing?
No, the Prussian army, had a smaller contingent, was with the British army fighting Napoleon. It wasn't just us.
Southern Railway Z-Class, Edflame HC1CH, the Hump Shunter, the 080 Hump Shunter. I think that actually somebody somewhere must be working on that. And that's another thing. One of the mantras that I want to try and follow don't think that I'm a load-bearing boss here. I'm like a tiny little cog. In fact, I'm a tiny little cog that if you pull it out, you're like, doesn't seem to make any difference.
Yeah, you're in the speaker. The actual engine's over there somewhere.
Yes.
But
I'm the odd screws that sit in the ashtray
some
in the
very,
car.
very odd screws.
Yes.
I want to say something. There will be some people that have taken what you've said tonight and gone, Jenny's working for this manufacturer, that blah 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 blah. She's going to be biased with all the reviews and blah blah blah. Jenny doesn't work for anyone. She's a consultant.
Yes. How I wish I was on a salary, but I'm not. Anywho, number 910. So this is the 901 class, Mark Wakeman 3805. So the preserved 910 of the 901 class. I always refer to it as the E6. But I will say to you that the E4 and E5 may well feature higher than those. I think E4 and E5. No, Brie Kennedy 75. I'm really sorry. This is the one that the Cupboard Monkey's geeking about.
I would love it.
The Iron Girder from Anchor Moorpork and Stow Lane's Hygienic Railway. Easy wipe clean.
Yeah, I would love to see the Iron Girder, but there are two major issues with it. One, it doesn't exist, so there's no model to build from. And two, Sir Turry is not here anymore.
Yes.
So you'll have to talk to Rihanna and I think it's Mark.
Yeah, scroll it down because you wouldn't shut up when I was waving at you. Not too far. It only just got... There we are. Steam Shield. D49. Check. Yes, definitely. I always assumed that the D49 would be in Hornby's wheelhouse. And just in case we've got... Jenny said you're working on a D49. No idea.
This is all a wish list.
Tonight's a wish list, and you will see me studiously not mention any models that I actually know are in production anywhere. So what I don't read out could be read into. I don't know. Either that, or they're just like going.
Right, I'm going to keep the mouse for you. I'm going to go and get some cooling.
Yeah, some
things,
cooling
because it's pretty warm in here.
Less jibber jabber, more going for.
Quit you jibber jabber.
Yeah, look, just go and get them. Right, anything Jenny not saying coming, says Anthony. Ben Davis. Oh, you've got a shopping list, haven't you? Here's my list. Drummond T14, GWR 3901, Southern Railway Z-Class. A lot of people ask for the Z-Class. BR Conflat P. Yes, is that the one that Rapido did that in N-Gauge? And it leaves me wondering whether that might be... actually,
That's
no.
actually an interesting, because we had the conflat wine not long ago.
No, okay.
Didn't someone mention
There's no
it?
such thing as a conflat
Okay, what am I
wine.
thinking of? Because you
Conflat A. We've had conflat
yes.
A.
That's the one.
Anywho, Rapido did it in Engage, and I must admit, I've been expecting them ever since to just sort of casually drop out, like, there you go. Conflat P, but maybe their market research said that it wasn't going to be quite so successful, which is a shame. Lots of people listing the Licky Banker as well, understandable. The C2X LBSCR and the Furness Railway Coaches, LNER 1P282. Francis Waddy, big hello to you, great to see you. Project Northgate 44 says a working railgun would be nice. What, that you put like .22 cartridges in and it'll just go pew, 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 pew. I don't think that would get through the approval testing. Caledonian Railway 652 class to go with the 812 class. Anything in 009 not Welsh slate based, says Yaharic. You see, I would say that the NG15 282 Mikado with tender, that locomotive, I'd give a pass. I know they're running on the Welsh Highland Railway. Well, at least one of them is. There's another one there waiting to be restored. There's others knocking about. It was built for South African railways, and I suspect that that's probably a more manageable locomotive. Wow, for God's sake, where's my rest of my trade?
It's behind you.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, I see Jenny. Let's go and let's mess her about. Right, talk to the nice people whilst I fix the fixie thing.
Caledonian Railway 652 class to go with the 812 class. There's RT Model 86. Not familiar with that one myself.
Neither am I. Long ago there was a rocket launch wagon made by Hornby that you could fire at another wagon that fell to bits if you hit it. And the problem is, in this day and age, we've invented health and safety, and a lot of that is choke hazards, and you can't really make things that are designed to release choke hazards. I mean, I remember the bad old days. Do you remember Playmobil, the galleon, the pirate galleon, and it had little spring-loaded cannon?
Yeah.
And the little cannonballs were tiny plastic choke hazards that it would just fling into the deep blue yonder. We used to get all sorts like that. To be honest, it's a miracle that we managed to get out of childhood alive.
It's actually a huge miracle.
Yeah.
I actually know why a lot of this stuff was removed.
What, because somebody choked to death on it?
Battlestar Galactica had a small rocket launching fighter jet.
Uh-huh.
And one of the rockets got launched by one kid at his brother.
Oh, when
and the brother choked to death.
So what, basically it just hit him in the open mouth and it just went... Yeah. These things are dangerous, kids. Unfortunately...
all those people that said, oh, there was no health and safety and we were all right. No. We're the ones that are still here.
We made it out.
A lot of people didn't.
Quick moment for those who didn't. Lawn darts was also a thing here in America, says Trains of Thought 5071. You also had gas-powered pogo sticks. I've seen that on Backyard Scientist.
I want one.
No, these things are bloody lethal.
Today we're testing the Leg Breaker 5000.
Yeah. Claude Hamilton seconds the P1. I like Sir Sam Fay. It could be put into fictitious BR. I think actually Rapido are doing a what if BR livery for rails, which I think is a great move. Why not? See, I would like to see, and looking at you, Backman, I would like to see the GWR City class appear in a BR black livery. Now, some joker did actually paint one half of it in a BR black livery just having a laugh. But the real locomotives never lasted that long. It was actually a museum piece by the time it got to BR days. But stuff like that, I think you'd probably be quite pleasantly surprised how well they would sell. Project Northgate 44 says, my remote control Iron Maiden Sherman fires BB.
Wow. Yeah, but you're an adult, you know what you're doing.
Yeah, they're not really sold to kids, but I think the problem with model railway stuff is you just can't trust. Hey, come on, you've been to shows, you've met some of the other people in our hobby. Would you trust them?
That's like that joke from Steve Hofstadter.
What?
About gun control. So, for all of those who are pro-gun in the crowd, every single one of you's been to the gun club and went, Brad's here, we're all going to die.
Yeah, Brad's here, I'm going home.
Yeah, everyone knows someone who shouldn't have one.
Yeah,
and it's a dangerous thing.
Yeah, and if you don't know who it is, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, DJ K666 says, my brother had a very convincing Beretta .92 FBB gun. See, those things were banned because you couldn't tell them apart, and people were using them to hold up banks and stuff. But moreover, kids were jumping out with them, and armed police were shooting them in places like Northern Ireland.
Yeah, I remember that stuff in Northern Ireland. My uncle was there.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, what muppet bought their kid an imitation firearm and just let them
knows that they did? If you save your pocket money and you just go out and don't tell your parents, that's the problem. You can't watch them every second of every day.
Iron Horse Railways, the Shay locomotives were generally for logging railways. However, the Bilston Shay was a Shay locomotive that ran in the UK. Not a great success, only one known photograph of it, and it's not the best photograph. But actually, one thing it does show is it wasn't dissimilar to the CMR model train line Shay. So if you're fancying yourself a Bilston Shay, then that's probably a good starting point if it gets on the market in the UK. But you wouldn't believe how difficult it is getting models to the market. And having now started to experience the processes firsthand, it's quite interesting just how involved everything from certification testing right through to even something as simple as remembering to pay the VAT man. So this is a kind of like a very interesting process because I've never actually worked for model railway manufacturers before. So it's an interesting thing now being on the other side of the velvet rope to some small degree. I have discovered there is another velvet rope where they go, no, you're just like a little bit of a consultant. You get to sod off when we say.
Yes, quiet, child, the big boys are talking.
Yeah, go eat your beans, the big boys are working here.
Okay. Beans.
Yeah. So we seem to have strayed. So Claude Hamilton says, I'll suggest again, Jenny, install a standard gauge feeder for your sugarcane railway. The Shay could have been imported. Hey, I have been thinking about that. What I'd really like to use actually is Tillig Do dual gauge track. Unfortunately, couldn't get any when I was building it. Otherwise, I was going to have a dual gauge bit of track. Initially, I wasn't thinking about putting in any locomotives, but yeah, I mean, technically, I suppose, the Shay would be great for that, except, and can I just stress this, the Shay belongs to these people, it's a demonstrator, so I can't just paint it up with PG Sembrotto decals, because it's not mine. It's just got to go back. I don't think it's got to go back to China, but it's certainly got to go out to interested retailers to look it over. Caledonian Railway 1233 suggests some West Coast joint stock coaches again, as it would be cool. Yeah, there's a lot of options in coaching stock. I think that one of the things I've seen the debate of generic coaches for pre-grouping versus specific prototypes. And the problem was they hadn't really discovered much in the way of standardization, and coaches were built in small batches and they tinker and change things as they went. So there isn't like a design of, say, Glasgow and South Western Railway coaches, or Caledonian Railway coaches, or London Tilbury and Southend coaches, or all the other railway companies in between. there's no easy pick. Basically, stuff like the Southeastern and Chatham Railway bird cages or the London and South Western Railway gate stock, the easy ones, i.e. those, have been done. And if you go and delve further in, you have to go down the generic route. Otherwise, it's just not financially viable. AD Pullen asks for the GWR Great Bear, Thomson A21, London and North Western Railway Clawton Class GNR N1. Now, and you probably get an idea of what CMR are not working on actively at the moment. And meanwhile, there's somebody from Dapol and Hornby and Akira Scale going, "Tell me more, Sensei." Let's make some notes.
Next year's announcements are.
Yes. Yeah.
And just copy and paste the entire comments section.
Yeah. It's like, not now, Akira Scale. Later. Right. But yeah, no. Oh, Robert Cicere 1940 says, "Afternoon, Jen, Zoe, and everyone in the chat. I am sorry, I'm late." Come on, Gandalf.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
So, Jen, before we go on to any more ideas, is there anything in the news?
Well, yes, you've already told them.
I have more news.
Oh, do you? What is the more news that you
Well,
have?
And this is a very, very early statement.
Early
As
statement.
in, it's a few years away from first
Ooh.
production.
Oh.
But,
Hello, Topsy.
hello, Topsy.
Yeah. Oh.
You,
Me. You.
Iron Horse,
And
and
Iron Horse.
Andy Sawyer
Yes.
have all been discussing a card game based on locomotive moguls.
Like Railroad Tycoon.
Similar, but a card game.
Okay.
So, it's very early days. We have
Stop it, Topsy.
We have basic rules worked out and a card layout design. It's going to go into testing within the next 3-4 months. But the idea is locomotive moguls, like designers, kind of.
I thought moguls were like magnates of industry.
Yes, the whole idea is captain of industry. That's your aim, is to become the captain of industry with railways and facilities that would be attached to the railways to get you more income. And the whole thing is based on decks of cards, similar style to Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or things like that. You play cards on your turn, and I think it's going to be quite interesting. But like I say, it's going to be 2 to 3 months before we even get to initial play testing, and then we'll see how it goes. But that's where we are at the moment, and it's looking pretty good with what we have so far. So we will at some point open up for testing at some shows.
Yeah. Alan Pollock 3363, hello to you, says must be red card time. Red card?
I like that. Does it have a beaching card that loses all your holdings?
Yeah.
There will be some power down cards that you can play on other people.
Yes.
And beaching might be one of them.
Yeah. The dodgy Minister of Transport tries to shut down your railway so that his wife's holdings in a motorway building company can get rich quick. Move back 10 places.
Yes,
No.
pay a large amount of points or lose all your railways.
Yes.
I love it. I love it, yes.
Yes, government minister does a runner to a country that doesn't have an extradition treaty, taking all of their tax money that they didn't pay with them. Go forward 3 places.
Only thing I know about magnates is it stop working if they get wet. Robert Maxwell.
Anywho, Awesome Bricks suggests Class 141 winning card. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. See, to me, Class 141 always seems quite niche, but I know that like the 142s and 143s that was it Real Track did, they proved very popular. So there is a market for stuff like that, but I don't know. J39s could make a comeback, says Jacob Card, JC43HST. Yeah, I would have thought that that would very much be in Bachmann's wheelhouse. In fact, I'm quite surprised that Bachmann haven't revisited the J39. What I would actually expect is that they would do a tooling suite that would also allow to do the J38s as well. Now, I'm a huge fan of that, whereby a tooling suite can produce a range of similar locomotives. You know, we've seen that on a few occasions. Rapido have done a lot like that with lots of extra detail. What I will say is CMR model train line as well. I've been spearheading research for a project that I've been doing lots of tooling option research on as well. Yeah, actually, 141 sold to Iran, didn't they? Yeah, that's right. Awesome Bricks. Whoa, it's jumping about a lot. Right now, I need to buy a Railroad Class 121, says Little Britain. 2 Mark 1 TSOs and a Silver Fox kit to make a BR Class 114. The problem with multi-car units is the cost. The golden days where we saw the Bachmann Class 411 turning up on the market for like $69.99 they're long gone, and unfortunately you're looking at many hundreds of pounds. And when you're looking at things like I think is it the 124 is that, or the 126 is either 4, 5 or 6 car unit length, you're talking about a very expensive piece of kit. Not least because effectively you're having to tool up multiple different items, because it's not just a case of crank out 4 of these coaches. No, because all the different coaches were actually different. DJK 666 says my 411 cost around 150. Yeah, the second batch was was around the 150, 160 mark. First batch, I seem to recall being about $69.99. It was incredible value for money. The 124 was 6 coaches, as DJK 666. Yeah, it did get reduced. That's right, Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath, and right at the very end, I believe they got merged into 2-car hybrid units with Class 1, 2, 3 parts. Although they never actually ran on the main line, they were backup items. So, in all honesty with you, I think my gut feeling is that they'd be too expensive. I think anybody who announced something like a Class 124, they've got to be really, really certain. You know, you're talking about probably a price tag in the £700 to £800 mark. And I don't think the market at the moment would stand that. But I've been proven wrong on so many things before now. So, never say never. Valley's 56XX says, what are we cranking out?
Cranking?
I did.
Yeah.
What I'd like to...
It's a wish list. Now, I'd like to also point out one thing.
Yes?
Because we're doing this wish list, and it's coming up to the point where we might be considering seeing certain festival items in shops.
Right.
That Santa may be watching, so we'd all best be on our best behaviour.
I don't know. Maybe Santa's just laughing manically somewhere, going, "Yeah, you'll wish." Class 114 was a 2-car DMU, says Little Britain. Yeah, I think 2-car DMUs are probably more in the wheelhouse of being deliverable. We've seen from Bachmann, we've got a really great Derby lightweight, the Class 105, the Class 108, the Class 101. We've also had the Class 117 as certainly as a 3-car unit, because I've got one down there. We've had the Class 401 and the 402 from Hornby, actually quite a nice little electrical units. And I think we're probably running out of the 1 and 2 car units. Now, we haven't had a Class 149 in 00. We have had that in O gauge from Hellion. But it would be interesting to see one of those appear in 00. I think that's probably an easy win for somebody.
I'm just having a look back to see in case we've missed any.
Yeah, Malco Blue says that they worked for a certain company that was notorious for doing a runner with the tax money. Live Steam Nick says, oops, I got distracted. Sorry, here now. Come on, Gandalf, get with the programme. And Ian White's late as well.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Right, let's change the angle of the dangle.
For the brew, that is true.
Absolutely. Trains of Thought 5071 says the Thumper is an easy win too. I thought the Thumper was what's that? The Class 205.
I thought that was Bambi's friend.
No, that was done by Kerno Model Centre. Did that as a special commission from Bachmann, and Zantec. I don't honestly know. You'd have to Google that. Class 151. Did it exist? Gloucester 100 suggests Peter Jackson Chile. There's a lot of requests for DMUs. Craven's 105 says Peter Jackson Chile. We've had them from Bachmann. Gary 50042 says, personally, I'd like an 82, 83 or 84 Aurora, but appreciate that these may be too niche. Yeah, I mean, Bachmann tried dipping their toe in the water of the earlier AC electrics with the 85. Really great model. But I got the impression it didn't sell as well as they'd hoped, so we never really saw another full run of those. So I think 85026 is the only Tops Blue one that we've actually had, which is a shame, because the Bachmann Class 85 is a really great model. And I could see, I think it's either the 81s, 82s or 83s. There's some interesting livery options that the 85s never got among some of the others. Intercity with the wraparound yellow cabs. Also, I think 84009 or 84010 got RTC red and blue as well. So there are some more interesting options. There are, of course, preserved examples of the classes 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. And 86 and 87 and 89. But, yeah, Ravenheart Modelling says, oh, the Derby Lightweight exists already. Yeah, it's a Bachmann model, and again, another great model. Melchester Model Railway says, Graham Muspratt hinted that a re-release of the Kerno 205, but as a 3-car unit, might not be beyond the bounds of possibility. Yeah, the problem is, though, prices have gone up. And, cost of manufacturing's gone right up, and, now they've sort of gone, here's the velvet rope. Now you can peer around the door, don't get too comfy, because this guy with the ill-fitting suit and the earpiece that connects to nothing in particular might have to remove you if you come in too far. There we go, you had your... So now I'm in that position. I actually kind of find out what wholesale prices are. No, I'm not going to tell you. Don't bother asking, because being given the V's is normally considered quite rude.
Being told no is somewhat disappointing.
But wholesale costs out of the factory door from China are actually a lot more than what we used to pay retail in this country like 10, 15 years ago. And it's quite shocking how much costs have gone up. And this isn't people getting rich quick. Nobody ever got really super rich out of making model railways. I'll just share that with you. You might be able to just about make a living, but you won't retire in your diamond encrusted palace with a solid gold toilet. It ain't gonna happen.
Not unless it's Lego.
Yeah, it's in the grand scheme of things, it's a bit of a niche area. I know a few people and few companies that have not managed to make it work or have sold up and left the business.
We've all seen it.
Yeah.
If you've been around for more than 20 minutes, you've seen it.
But yeah, Melchester Model Railway, they already have the tooling for the thumpers. Yes, they do. The issue can come given when the tooling was made. And I don't mean wearing out, but actually there can be an issue whereby tooling that was financially viable to run because of the cost of labour involved in, say, 2005 or 2010 becomes non-viable if it's very labour intensive. And I think this is one of the issues that Hornby found themselves running into with reruns of the Class 56, 31 and 08 shunter. That there was a lot of dexterous assembly work was required, and that's where the costs really ramped up. Hello to you, George MVRR says hello, Jennifer, from across the pond. Hello to you. Great to see you. There we go.
A Monday clubber is never late, Total Wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they need you.
Thanks, Gandalf. Big hello, Dean Fielding 5881. Great to see you. The Millet says I'd like to see them bring out a 4 sub or a 4 lab. Seems a bit barren on the Southern Lackeys. Yeah, we had the classes 401, 402, 403. We've had the 419, was it the 419 or the 416? We've had the 411, the 410, the 422, and what was the little single parcels unit thing? The 4. I'm going to say I can't remember. It's either the 416 or the 419. So actually we have had quite a few. The 423 as well, there's another one. Plus the 4DD. I know less said about that, the better maybe. 419, thank you Simon Trains Model Railway and Andy Fryers Junction. Yeah, so there has been a lot of Southern region third rail electrics, and I think part of the issue has been that some of these have ended up getting remaindered out. And you've got to be quite careful with what you pick. And, you know, it's all very well saying, oh, I'd buy one. But yeah, you have to bring like about 1,999 of your friends cash in hand to make a model viable.
It is an interesting point. If there's been a lot of locomotives or rolling stock from a certain region and they're all getting remaindered, the chances of another run for that region are very limited.
Well, we saw that with the classes 411, 410 and 422 from Bachmann. These models hung around, got heavily discounted. There were some really great deals to be had, and unfortunately that normally signals that the market has become overly full of models.
Yes.
So I think that's probably where we are for some of the third rail electric stuff. Now there might be companies that try and do it as a crowdfunding basis, but crowdfunding has become a bit of an ugly word, given that we saw DJ models fold faster than a cheap suit. And unfortunately we've seen KR models fold as well, and this has meant that a lot of people have sadly lost a lot of money. And I think you would think, and in all honesty I would hope that people would be more careful
I've actually
with their
seen
money.
comments regarding that today,
Yeah.
saying because of losing out on these things and having their trust burned, essentially,
Yeah,
they're not going to back any company.
yeah,
And it does have that knock-on effect.
yeah, and unfortunately, one company, yeah, people might go, oh, that was bad luck, but two, no, I think that avenue is closed. And
It
what
makes
we're
you
going
question the viability of it.
yeah, and what we're going to see is models being offered down that route. I think are going to be they're just not going to. It's not going to work out. Yeah, we saw that Colfrey rail. Does anybody know if they're still about? They were quite active and then they weren't. I don't know if anybody actually put money into that. I don't know.
Is this that one that we were not sure about? That came along that had, right, we're planning this, then we're planning this.
Yeah, it seemed to have a lot of very ambitious ideas, but I don't know if they're still about.
I haven't heard anyone mention them for ages.
But I don't know whether anybody's actually put money in. See, James Pett says, I don't think that Colfer were asking for money.
If they're not, then it's not who I was thinking of, because the one that I'm thinking of was.
Yeah, and I think that newcomers to the hobby will suffer in that respect if that's the business model that they need to produce stuff via. Then I think they're going to find it almost impossible. Caledonian Railway 1233 says Colfie have taken payments for one model.
Right. So just the one. Okay, that's not who I'm thinking of then.
The broad gauge products. Has there been any update on that? I'm just curious, purely because I haven't heard anything.
We're
further.
not trying to cast aspersions or anything, and we may find that everything's perfectly fine. We're just asking because we haven't heard anything.
Yeah. Anyway, Raymond Legs 5508 says a nice Zimbabwe Railways Garrett would be nice. Are they similar to the Garretts that were on the South African Railway and now at the Welsh Highlands Railway? Alan Pollock 3363 says Revolution trains are an exception to crowdfunding models.
I didn't know Revolution did crowdfunding.
I think some stuff has been, but they've also done things as special commissions for magazines. So Vale of Ryedale 262s. Those are actually a special commission by Model Rail magazine. So not everything they do is down that crowdfunding model.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there we are. So James Pett says crowdfunding was how they started, but they've moved to a more conventional model now. Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, that's probably the way to go. And unfortunately, crowdfunding has, I guess, been tainted by the whole experience of first DJ models, then KR models.
And it's a shame because it is a very useful way of getting your foot in the door.
Yeah, DJK666 says a 4-core and sub would be essential for a 70s SR layout. Yeah, definitely. Shaky Hands Shed Model Railway 2494 says evening all. Go on, Gandalf.
Hey, Monday Clubber! It's never late, Total Wagons! Nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Raymond Legs 5508 says KR models tainted crowdfunding. Yeah, them and DJ models, unfortunately.
Yeah, we can't let DJ off the.
No, but you know, it's unfortunately a lot of people lost a lot of money.
Yes, they did. And I feel really bad for them. But
yeah, and not just people in this country. There was a lot of customers waiting for the Shay in North America. But not just that, there's a couple of factories owed 6-figure sums.
Yes.
So there's...
And unfortunately, that is sometimes what happens with business. You try your best and it doesn't always work. Freschetti did a box set of the Garn in HO. What's the Garn? Have I missed up? A model of the Garn would be amazing. Truly stunning journeys.
I'm not familiar with
that one.
Not familiar.
No.
An 044 Northeastern BTP would be a lovely model to see in Fletcher livery, says Mark Waitman. I mean, we've had the G5, is it the G5 from TMC, the Model Centre. Got a couple of them. It's a lovely model. It was made for them. But
Well, and we're back.
So we just come back. So I don't know how much that you heard. So TMC, the Model Centre, their G5, they've got discounted down to 100, just under 108 quid, which is an incredible deal for an 044. Yeah, Mark Waitman, the G5, it's out there. I think, for whatever reason, people don't seem to be kind kind of aware that there's a great bargain to be had there, and it runs lovely. Bachmann did a really super job on that. So in terms of other models, yeah, the E6, I could see the E6 being done at some point. But I think as well, let's not forget the E4 and E5. Both of these locomotives, preserved example, the E-Class has actually fared quite well. I think a J21 is got to be being worked on by somebody, and I'm not entirely sure who that might be. Now, I don't know of somebody working on a J21, but what I will say is I could imagine it being Hornby could be doing it, Rapido could be doing it, Bachmann could be doing it. I could well imagine J21 coming from any of those three, and I think it would be a superb model. But then you can also get this situation where a lot of manufacturers are wary of duplication, and contrary to what people think, where manufacturers get together in a little darkened room somewhere and just go, oh, yes, I'll do this one and you do that, doesn't happen. It's very secretive business. And I think there's a lot of worry and second guessing. Mark Waitman says, Jenny says J21, that's the kiss of death. No, I think somebody else is working on it. And the kiss of death sometimes is a model so obvious, everybody goes, somebody must be working on that. And then so you find that people just don't touch it. But there's the preserved example of the J21 is currently in the process of being restored. So never say never. I would have thought that a Y5 on that basis, with a preserved example being restored back to steam, that could have been quite an interesting goer. I'd put a Y5 firmly in Rapido's wheelhouse, I'll be honest with you. I think that fits very neatly with the kind of thing that they do.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons.
What?
Nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Who's that? Oh,
Did you not notice?
Vicky Lawless.
Oh, yes.
Making it. Oh, yeah.
Came in from Hobbiton. With the half thing.
Yeah, Yaharic says SECR River class tank converted to class U1 after the Seven Oaks crash. Awesome Brick says the Vale of Rydell Railway number 3240 Bagnall would be nice in 009. Let's get the current ones out there first. I've seen the pictures and some of the pre-production models of the ones that I think it's Revolution are doing.
Rapido are doing the U.
They may well have announced it. There's been so many announcements from Rapido, it's kind of hard to keep up.
If the day ends in Y, Rapido are announcing something, or actually producing something. It's one of the two.
Caledonian Railway 1233. Yeah, I'd go with that. So I feel that Rapido are the most unexpected companies. So realistic, if you want something obscure. Yeah, the B2, later B19, so Sam Fay, that they're doing it an exclusive for Rails of Sheffield. If there was a bingo card, I didn't have that on my bingo card. That was... I would have said that something like the Midland Railway 115 class, the Midland Spinner, should be up there. I would have said the 156 class Midland Railway, that's another one that should be up there. There's a lot of preserved locomotives that haven't been done. Q7, there's a preserved Q7, but actually... if I was personally wish listing, and bear in mind that I don't really have a huge amount of influence, I love the idea of an S1, the Wath Daisies. What, you put your hand in the air like you just don't care?
No, I do it so that when you're finished with what you're saying, I can jump in. I keep telling you this, and you never seem to listen. Those of you who are members of the Engage Society, check your emails.
Why, what's happened?
The Engage Society Diamond Jubilee Limited Edition wagon has been announced, and they're taking expressions of interest.
Ooh.
The wagon is £25, and members of the society can order up to 3.
And what does it look like? Have they got a picture?
Yeah. It looks rather snazzy, actually.
So it's a van fit, plywood side van in white with Engage Society lettering and branding. But it's just at concept artwork at the moment.
No, I have the actual picture in the box.
In the box.
So if I can find the thing.
Oh.
There we go. It's in the box from Pico, the 60th anniversary van. That looks rather nice. I will be, after the show, putting my expression of interest in. So yes.
Perfect. Oh, yeah, there we are.
Very, very nice. I will be ordering one of those.
Valleys 56XX is GWR 2221 County 442 tank class. Yeah, I mean there's a few interesting GWR locomotives, but on that front, Oxford Rail's Aberdare class. I think, when they announced that outside framed mogul from the GWR just lasting into BR days, it's like, oh, I wasn't aware of that, but now I am. What a really great choice. Ian White says, Jenny, any ideas for wreathing rust on a wagon? Thank you. You can, wreathing. I'm thinking that might be
Weathering.
Weathering, right, okay. You can get a variety of different products. You can get I think Deluxe Materials sell a product that is actual rust. And what you do is you paint a solution on and it just blooms into rust. But it's actually scale-sized rust. It's all very, very clever. I've not used that myself, but what I have used is the Humbrol weathering powders, and I've got some good effects with those. As well as the weathering washes. Yeah, don't worry, Ian White. So, yeah, I would say it depends on how intense you want to go for it. The Deluxe Materials, I think it's Deluxe Materials, sort of instant rust stuff. Looks really good. I've never used it myself. If you do use it, do report back. Let us know. Because I am curious how that one turns out. I've had particularly good effects with things like 16-ton mineral wagons and HUO hopper wagons and the HTO hopper wagons as well, using Humbrol rust wash. And then what you do is once it's dried, you then use a brush with a tiny amount of the black dirt and you start to scrub it off in places, and you can get some incredible effects with that. I'm just looking actually behind me to see whether we've got any in the yard I can show you, but actually I don't actually have any out at the moment. They're all put away, which is a shame. But you can do a really great effect, and it's quite easy as well.
So Kevin Lee Gray says, Kelvin. AK do the same. You can paint the special iron paint, then add the oxidized solution. Oh, that would actually be rust.
Yeah. Well, didn't I just say?
Oh, I wasn't listening to you.
I'm sure there's a Deluxe Materials product. And Anthony says, been using one of those AK pens on the track for my diorama. Very good and quick. I think that's the one that Kelvin Lee Gray is talking about. And incidentally, Gandalf. Kelvin's late.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Did you change the amount of time people have to wait after?
No, I can't.
Yeah, do that. Because we had an issue with a couple of trolls, and it was quite amusing because when I deleted one of them's account, all the linked accounts disappeared. And
Wasn't it like 20 disappeared on one go?
74.
God grief.
It was basically, there was one little dweeb in their mum's basement talking to themselves on different...
A dweeb meister.
Yes. A Guna.
A Guna Matata.
Yes.
You don't know what
I've lost my train of thought.
Choo choo.
Oh yes, that's right. So deluxe material. I've never used it. I must actually have a go with it. Actually, but no, that was it. Yes. So the Gooners visited us, so we changed the things. You had to be subscribed for a week. But I think we can dare.
I actually
to
changed
change
it so that you had to be subscribed for 8 days, so that when they came back next week, they still couldn't.
Oh, you shady! Yeah, and they got bored because basically the mum says that they were staying up too late. So you need to change that. Do change that.
I'm going to change that now. That's
yeah,
why I'm on this machine.
you change that.
I will.
You change that. Good. Yes.
All right then. So I'm doing it now. You keep going.
But in terms of other models, see, the thing is, we're now at a stage where you could argue that most of the obvious models have already been done to a really good standard. And in many respects, the only models left that are screaming out to be done, things like J39, maybe do that tooling with a J38 in mind as well, D16, what else? No, we've had a B12. Hornby did a really quite good B12. It's been a flagship model in their range. But then Class 04 diesel shunter, screaming out for that, really screaming out for that. We used to have an old split chassis one from Bachmann. I'll be honest, I'd be reasonably happy with a warmed over version of that with a decent chassis underneath it. Class 06 shunter, that's another glaring omission. But aside from those, you know, you're into the slightly more niche ones, things like the classes 81 to 84, which I'm not 100% convinced that the market's quite ready for at the moment. In terms of Summer Breeze Model Railway, behave yourself, says Jenny, you should change it to 6 months. Yeah, Bree Kennedy 75, lot left in TT. What's interesting is, one of the thoughts, having been allowed to peek round the door where there's a room where all of the manufacturers are eating their beans and going, go on, get lost, go and eat your beans elsewhere. There is actually an attitude of, well, let's keep in mind, if we do all the research and start doing all the CADs and stuff and scanning drawings, why not consider how viable it is in TT120 as well? So TT120 modelers might be pleasantly surprised to learn that those questions are being asked by manufacturers. Is this a model that would work well not just in 00, but maybe in TT120 as well? Right. Kelvin Lee Gray says, if it's not already been said, class 153, 155 and 158 in TT. I think at the moment, TT, this is what Peachy described it as. He said it's very much like shooting fish in a barrel, because it's like this glowing frontier where so much is yet to be done.
Yeah.
That, you know, you can pick things like class 24, class 25, not been done. You know, you could do a class 03 and suddenly it's like, yeah, boom, a wide open field for doing stuff like that. You could do Hunslet Austerity, wide open field. A 1400 class, wide open field. Standard class 4, mixed traffic tank locomotive. Yeah, so there's a lot you could do in TT120, but I think that one of the considerations always is, can we also do that in 00?
What I would like to see, and I don't know whether this is actually viable, but TT120 starter box of a modern locomotive and a couple of carriages, because how many kids are going to want to model what they see now? We model what we saw as kids.
To some extent, although actually a lot of what I model predates me being born.
That's true, actually, you do.
But that's because I think that, you know, my father gave me the exposure to model railways.
That is it, yes.
So I got what he knew when he was a kid.
Yes.
But also by virtue of the fact that's what was in the Hornby 00 range.
Yeah. So I'd like to see stuff that actually has a relationship with the next generation.
Yeah, and to that extent, I think we're looking at locomotives, diesel locomotives, and I actually think Class 20 would be a very good one to appear in TT120.
I do like that idea,
Incredibly
yes.
long lasting, still around now, not just on preserved lines, a few of them still clinging on the main line, but going right back to the 1955 modernisation plan. Valley's 56XX says, if I wanted what was around before I'd be born, I'd be collecting chariots. So yeah, I'd say Class 25, Class 24 is definitely up there, but maybe Class 20 and Class 33, I would say both of those are a good shoe-in for TT120. In terms of other stuff, have we had a Class 67 in TT120? Maybe.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Earlstown Junction. I don't actually know. Did I see on BRM that Revolution have released a new run of Class 66, or have I dreamt that? Quite possibly. Awesome Bricks suggests the Class 26, 27 and 33 in TT. Yeah, I think, some of these are what you might call bloody obvious things to do.
67s are only an N and double O.
Says Simon H317. Yeah.
Huh.
Wendigo 9299 says, I was surprised no manufacturer did the LBSE E2 for Thomas's 80th anniversary. Yeah, and the other one, a complete new tooled N2, is a massive open goal.
Yeah.
But I think we're getting into the realms, though, where I think a lot of people assume somebody's working on something, so don't, to avoid duplication. Because we saw with the Adams Radial, that was one where we had got duplication. We actually had 3 announced. It was one of the many things that DJ Models announced. But what we actually ended up with was Oxford Rail got to the market first, and then Hornby, I think we're about 6 to 8 months behind them. And actually, for a niche class like that, there just wasn't the mileage for it, and we ended up seeing a lot of them getting remaindered. I think Oxford Rail did the best out of that, and what it showed to me was being first to the market is worth far more than anything else. And the Oxford Rail models are incredibly good value for money, and that really helped them as well. But when you get duplication, something like a Class 08 can stand duplication. Hello JD Workshop WN9TT. Hello from NYC, they say.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. There was also, what I would say is it's not an N2. I can't remember. I was looking at it. Don't read into that. I was looking at it, and it's something like, it might have been an N4 or an N5. But one of the livery options was purple, which I thought would make an incredibly eye-catching livery. Because there was a couple of them that were sold to the Mould and Connors Quay Railway, I think it was, which painted them in a rather natty purpley colour. But I think
It certainly stands out.
something like an N4 or an N5. And it was an alternative livery for the couple that were sold out of service. I'm just waiting. I'm scanning the comments to see if anybody knows more than me. Valley's 56XX says Liverpool wheelie bins are purple. Push your wheelie bin out.
Are you going to do a bad Liverpudlian accent now?
I didn't think it was that bad. One of the accents I'm quite good at is a Liverpudlian accent.
I don't know about that.
Why?
Because you don't sound Liverpudlian. You sound like someone who's trying to do that Harry Enfield Scousers joke.
We steal cars, rob post offices. What do we know about antiques?
If it's old, it's worth something.
Now
I
stop
haven't
moaning
seen-
and rob the place.
I haven't seen that film in years.
Yeah, actually, maybe that's something we'll
Lock,
watch.
Stock, Tonight, yeah.
Not
Up
tonight.
to next year
I
tonight we
haven't.
can't.
I haven't got time because I've got to go out. Hospital appointment tomorrow.
Yeah. We've got to
Uh,
make sure that the hamster that runs her brain is still running.
Yeah, well, I've been up since about 11 o'clock last night. I've been working, and I got caught up in the nastiness that was the M6 being shut between 15 and 16. Oh, it took me 3 hours to get past that bad boy. I thought it was being clever heading for the A41. The A41 went, temporary roadworks, dithering people, more temporary roadworks, and a closed bridge.
Sarah James says, will you tell us when you start doing your Liverpudlian accent?
Hey, calm down, calm down.
Oh.
So, anywho, yes, magnets, but they won't uncouple, says Simon, says Ham Shackleton. Right, yeah, Summer Breeze Mother Railway. Calm down, hey, kid.
Yes.
My mother says, if I don't drink my milk, I'll only be good enough to play for Accrington Stanley. Accrington Stanley? Who are they? Exactly. Right, yeah, Zantex says the M6 stuffed my day as well. It was awful, and I thought I was being clever giving it a wide berth, and I just got absolutely shat on a poorly signed diversion route, which then went, ha-ha, the bridge is closed, find your own way. And it's
The bridge is gone, old red can't carry on.
The red
It's hard
can't
old blue, he took the Milky
Milky
Way.
An hour and a half to get from the incinerator at Sideway to the Junction 60. Yeah.
Oh.
Right, anyway, enough of the Scouse accents.
Do you remember when this show used to be about trains?
Yeah, it still is. So, did anybody say what the N? I'm sure it was. Was it an M class? Was it an M2, or it might have been an N4? I'm sure it was something like the N4 or the N5. There was like two of them for the Malden Connors Quay Railway, something like that. Got painted in a natty purple. Apparently, there are no colour photographs, so you're just left to your own imagination. But actually, in all honesty, N2. Somebody's got to be working on an N2. Come on, looking at you, Hornby. Stephen Maxwell asks, any videos or pictures tonight?
There will be, yes.
Yes. Yeah, the liver birds. I remember that. And bread. Do you remember bread?
Thankfully, I don't, because every time someone mentioned it was coming on the TV, someone else would say, "Oh, it's not funny. Turn it off." So thankfully, I never watched it. I was never forced to endure it.
Jacob 57305 says, I'm here late. I was cleaning my room. I used to be 57305 Northern Princess. Welcome back.
Hey, Monday Club. Stop it. I'm not even going to start because you're going to do it again. Hey, Monday Clubber, he's never late to Stop it.
No.
I've got one too.
No.
Hey, Monday Clubber is never late to the wagons.
Gandalf, stop
Nor are
it.
they hurry.
Stop
They
it.
arrive precisely when they've been due.
Stop it, Gandalf. There's breakable things up here.
Give that hand back to Topsy.
Okay. Hey, wait, you've got tops. Ah! Ha, ha, ha!
Hobbits.
2 hands, no waiting. There you go, Topsy. There you go. Right. Anywho, right. The London Cheesehead. Hello to you.
Hello
also,
there.
can I just say, don't forget to tickle that like button. It's very important, and share the stream to social media. Put it in all the groups. That's right, even the ones that you have to be a member of. If you're a member of some weird little group that is all like secretive and stuff, Post the Monday Club too. Go on.
Unless
I
it's a
dare
group
you.
that's not about locomotives.
What?
We don't need you turning up in
Flower Arranging Monthly.
yeah, or crazy Jeff's upside down conspiracies.
Yeah. Oh, Nigel Cole. Remember, kids, always you need to do it an odd number of times if you're going to stab at that button.
Why is this
Fondle the rodent. Ah, there we are. That incidentally, the CMR.
Take care, Alan. Thanks for coming along, man. Have a great night.
Always an honour having your company. You take great care. But yeah, the CMR train line, there's the box. Just to show that's what the Shay comes in. Customs got a bit
Gung-ho.
They
So,
did rather. They didn't
told us to bear with them.
Yeah.
Hello.
See, the thing is, Customs went, haha, we will stab our way in to see what's in there. It's like, has nobody told you how a box works?
Customs can't open a box normally.
No, they've got to destroy.
Yeah, they've got to destroy things. How would you know?
Destroy.
How would you know they've been there if they just opened it?
There's a QR code on the side. What would happen if people scanned it?
I can find out for you.
What, like that?
No, I will find out if I don't.
I'm just
Isn't that one of their Chinese apps, like Weibo or something?
I don't know. Has CMR ever made steam locomotives? Yes, right. One of the things I'll say about CMR, people are like, oh, who are they? Never heard of them.
Like Scene. I'm probably mispronouncing that.
CMR make a lot of models for the Chinese market.
Yep, it's one of theirs. It's WeChat.
Oh, okay. They make a lot of models for the Chinese market, but they're also the manufacturing partner, i.e. they are the factory that a lot of models that we get from different brands in the UK, it's where they came from. Oh, that train up on the top is... Hold on. So they actually manufacture a lot of stuff for other people. It's not my place to tell you what they've manufactured and for whom. Just know that a number of brands in the UK, you might be surprised to know that the stuff came out of CMR's factory. It's basically a CMR made product. Right, let's see if that's going to work. Right, Zoe, would you help me over there? Just make them couple together.
Yeah, sure. So that link on there will not work unless you're using WeChat, the Chinese version of WhatsApp.
Isn't that like all in Chinese?
No, there are UK versions. It will work in the UK aside from certain bits and pieces of it that's specific to China. But it's basically their version of WhatsApp. So
Yeah.
given that it's a Chinese box, that's what's going to be on it.
That would make sense. So there we go. Right, anyway. Awesome Brick says we need a 00 scale Alexi sale. I think that you know who you need to call up about that. Because he's just finished making all the bin men for Bindependence Day. That didn't happen. Clacton, come on. Didn't you know it was bin day?
25% of the vote went to him.
I know, but it wasn't enough.
No, it wasn't.
Clacton forgot it was bin day. Never mind. Right, anyway. But yeah, we all know that Tom Marshall, Buggles Kelly Station, if you want an Alexi sale, he's probably the best person to talk to. Because he will... I think we've just been...
I can't help it. The weather is so bad that it's overriding the computer.
Simon H317 never got to the market. That was KR Models was doing that, and don't know where that is. Right. Yeah, I think we're back. Yeah. When I was doing my course last week, I was on a course for work. I did tell you guys about that. Because from last week's point of view, I'd just done the first day. Now, can I just say...
I don't think anyone could stop you.
I was really worried I wasn't going to pass the exams last Friday. Do the boys and girls want to know how I did in my exams? First exam I've been back to do in like 25, 27 years, something like that. And it's quite scary when you're my age and you're not used to education. I only got a single question wrong out of, I think there's probably about 150 questions on the across 5 exams. I got one question wrong.
Guess which one it was? Her name! Ha ha ha!
Yes, so somebody else passed with flying colours. No. So I did incredibly well, and I now have an ADR license. And if
Thumbs up, fist bump. Well done.
and if you know what that is, then it's important. If you don't know what that is, it's not important to you. So there you are, your age, but you're a spring chicken, Jenny, says Little Britain. A very old spring chicken, it must be said. CMR sells a lot of Chinese Amendorfer style coaches and those box cars that look Russian, says Raymond. Yeah, they've got a big range in China. They are a big player in the Chinese domestic market, and let's face it, there's a lot more of them than there are of us. So that is quite a big market. Richard Gruter says, I recently did my naval exams. I got 7 C's. You can't get the staff, can you?
That is fantastic. Well done, man. Well done. Brilliant job. Love it.
RG Models 86 says, at least you did better than Rimmer, who's constantly failed his astronavigation exam. Yes.
Rimmer.
I am a fish. I did not write I am a fish over and over again on the exam paper, thankfully. But yeah. So, did quite
Wasn't
well.
the full thing he wrote, I am a fish 158 times, did a little dance and then fell over?
Oh, didn't he then do the full Rimmer and passed out or something? Right. Thank you so much, DJK666. Andy Fry's Junction says, as you can now move hazardous materials with your new license, does that mean you'll be transporting Zoe's farts? No. There's some things you just don't want to do. Railway Music Lover says, had anyone pre-ordered the Sir Sam Fay Great Central Railway model from Rails of Sheffield? I have. I have to admit, I have a passion for the GCR. I've also pre-ordered a load of wagons as well. It does look really nice, and actually, if I were to go for one, I'm a bit torn on liveries, but I think I would actually go for the livery that matches with my J11 and my Robinson 8K. Which is sort of like the sort of dark, almost black green lined Great Central Railway livery. But they do look really good. Can I just say, from what I've seen of the B2/B19, I think that is going to be an absolute winner for Rapido and Rails of Sheffield. J. Paul Anderson, thank you so much. Thank you. Also, don't forget the Monday Club wagon, a very, very fine Rapido Trains UK 009 wagon, is still available to buy. I haven't checked actually how many are left, but they are slowly selling. So if it's a must-have item for you, which of course it is, of course it is, then do get yourself down there and grab yourself one from Sawyer Models. Is there an advantage to Rapido doing a Rails exclusive, says Caledonian Railway 1233? Well, here's the thing. What you actually... Sorry, I could see where that Teddy was going. There's only 29 left, says Andy Fry's Junction. That's getting quite low. If a retailer takes a model as an exclusive, then actually...
are you just doing this to annoy me?
Yes, I am. Then actually, from the manufacturer's point of view, you immediately sell all of the models. It's a really, really good way.
Get your hand off the buttons.
What? Stop it. But yeah, Jersey Lilies, I can imagine those, what are they, C6, C7, something like that. I think they'd be a great model. And actually, there's what it says to me is there's a huge untapped potential in a lot of these models. But I've got ideas of what I would like to see. And I am working on some stuff, doing research finding works drawings. Welcome, David Newby, 1695. Welcome to the Jenny Kirk membership. Welcome aboard. One of us. One of us. One of us. Hashtag not a cult for legal and tax purposes. But yes, I think there's a huge untapped reserve of locomotives that just scraped into British Railways days but aren't preserved. And I've got a few in mind. But actually, let's not overlook wagons. C4 for the Jersey Lily, says David Newby. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think some of those would be really, really eye-catching. There's some Northeastern Railway Atlantics. North British Railway Atlantics as well would be interesting. I'd like to see a Hill Y4. I think that would be a very, very popular model, very long-lasting. But there's also, you know, I have a particular soft spot for the constituents of the LNER. But also, there are a few other locomotives I have my eye on. But TARDIS on the coal chutes. Finally, somebody has spotted it. I checked as well to make sure it could be seen. There it is.
Is he redoing one of the scenes from Inferno?
Could be. I don't know. Could be.
So, Jen, we have two things for you tonight on the gallery.
Okay, yes.
The first up is from Richard Swiderski. He sent us a message saying, Hi Jenny and Zoe, hope you're well.
Hello.
Video for the clubbers showing 70,000 Britannia passing Hertford Station in Cheshire on the 17th of June. However, he only sent it to us on the 13th of August, so I'm not having to go backward to find June.
Nice.
Here we go. The moment that it bothers to... There we are. If you can press the button.
Hit the
Beep,
load.
beep. Here we go.
Well, I'm waiting for the spinny wheel of whatchamacallit.
You spin me right round, baby, right round. Are you pressing
Something's.
the button?
I did press the button.
Okay, it's very, very slow tonight, guys.
I don't think we're going to be able to play videos because
It's all working.
right.
It was just taking a bit of time to get itself going. DJ K666 was watching the Patrick Troughton era story, The Dominators, the other day. I love that one.
Shall I destroy
Shall I
him?
destroy it?
Oh, was that the Crotons?
No, it's The Dominators.
Shall I destroy? No.
Commander, I have found some crisps. Shall I destroy it?
Did you eat those crisps?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So the crisps that you didn't like, you've eaten.
Yes.
Okay.
I got hungry and needed a snack.
Needed sustenance.
The Dominators is a great episode.
Yes. Yeah.
The Crotons with their robots. I remember the Crotons. They were great.
I also like the Get Off My Moon.
Oh, yes. I don't know who you are, what you're doing, or where you came from, but you can get off the moon this instant. Wow, this is chugging.
Chug, 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 chug,
What if I reduce the quality?
Chug, 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 chug,
That doesn't
chug,
even
chug,
work either.
chug, 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 chuggity chug, chuggity chug.
Wow, that hardly helped.
Yeah, I don't think we're showing any more videos.
No,
It's just
thankfully
like
the other one that we've got is
Mr.
Portals.
Pixar. And look, you was talking about the class 20s earlier on. Boom! There's two of them right there.
I like that colouring. I've got two class 20s that I bought that don't work and have clearly been primed for someone to do a repaint job on.
Yes.
So I'm thinking I might do them in that grey and yellow.
Apparently the video is advancing 1 frame a second. So I'm really sorry, it's just not working. So we're going to have to...
Thank you for
come
showing
back.
it, though. Thank you for sending it
Absolutely.
over.
So thank you so much. You might need to give it a spritz on the...
Nothing.
There we... Oh, what did you do? Did you just deactivate?
No, I didn't.
There we go. Leave it alone. Right. So, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to show videos tonight.
No,
Things
that's-
are not working
That's
as
really
they
not
should.
working out at all.
So, I'm watching the Shay. The Shay seems to be doing all right, which is what you would expect. It's the first time it's actually been run So
if Whittier's are not working, we can continue wish listing. That is true.
yes, come on now,
I've got
people.
something for our wish list.
Some Great Eastern Railway 242s would be nice. Yeah, or is that like the F class, F4, something like that? Isn't there a new build project for one of the F classes? I think actually, in terms of why are we not seeing them, E4, E5, J21, what was the other ones that were like so the Z class, so the Monsell Z class yard shunter. Everybody keeps asking for that bad boy, but also things like class 04 shunter, J3839, D49. Now we have started to see some of the D classes get done. I think it was D34 has been announced. Really great to see. But you know, there's a lot of obvious models that could be done. N2, you know, the N2 150th anniversary of Sir Nigel Gresley's birth. We need a new tooled N2. Now, I'm not normally an advocate of saying we need an all new tooling version of this model, but the N2 is getting a bit long in the tooth. Great model in its day, but that's a form of mainline tooling. Ben Davis says Jennifer likes to see the Great Eastern Railway E26 in 00 scale. James Petts, Great Eastern Railway four-wheel carriages or even generics and earlier teak Great Eastern Railway livery. I'd say that's either Hornby or Rapido's territory, most likely. Valley's 56XX says, where's it gone? There was a Taft Vale 080 tender loco they bought from Sweden, which would be very left field. And the problem is that left field doesn't necessarily cut it. It's a very difficult thing to do. I mean, sometimes it really hits a spot. The GT3 did that. But anybody who's thinking, oh, I'll buy the GT3 tooling. Well, if you can find where it is in China, your problem is, and I'll tell it you now, save your money, because it's been run like something like 3 or 4 times. I suspect the market's fairly well saturated. But other niche models, some of the Hellion diesels, the niche diesels like Falcon, has done quite well. DP2 has done very well. You could argue that DP1 is quite a niche model, done quite well. And the turbo motive from Hornby has done quite well. The W1 Hush Hush, definitely done very, very well. Anthony suggests 9F in TT. Now, I think TT is a massive open goal. It's like what Peachy says, shooting fish in a barrel, really is. There's so many obvious models that have not yet been done. HS 4000 Kestrel would be nice to Sunset Tech. Now, I think we're going into a recession, so sometimes some of these niche models could be a risky proposition. I would have said that the B2 stroke B19 to Santa Fe would be a risky proposition. It's not the 460 locomotive from the LNER constituents that I would personally have picked. So kudos and hats off to Rails and Rapido. I honestly think that that's probably a safe left field sort of thing. They'll do an amazing job. And I think it's enough known about that model will do very well. But in terms of weird stuff like HS 4000, the Hawker Siddeley 4000, not convinced. But then again, if you'd have said to me GT3 before that was done, I would have said not convinced. Zantec, to be honest, it's really struggling at the moment. No, Vicky Lawless, it's the original B2, which was a great Central Railway locomotive, which was then reclassified as B19 to free up B2 for the new B2. So there's an original B1 and B2, and then there's the new ones, as it were. Same with the Q1. There was the Q1 Tinnies, and then later on there was a Q1 tank locomotive. So LNER sometimes reused stuff. DJK666 has a retooled Ginty from Hornby or a new tool one from a Curious. What's wrong? I always say, what's wrong with the Bachmann one? The Bachmann Ginty is actually a good solid release. It's been around long enough that actually there's a lot of second-hand ones. And I was in Rails of Sheffield last week on Thursday, and they had a really nice one in BR Maroon in the cabinet. I think it was about 45 quid, and I was so tempted because they are a lovely model. Class 197 Transport for Wales, says Tim Railways. The really modern stuff, I'll be honest with you, I'm not that familiar with it. Oh, are you all right there?
We've got a severe government warning coming through.
Is it? There's a
It says there's a national gronk shortage.
Oh! Well, funnily enough, can I just share with the group? If I go to, I think, will it be showing up on this? So you will be seeing on your laser display screens that there's quite a few gronks hiding in that picture. So,
Jenny, are you responsible for the national gronk shortage?
Yes, along with...
Is it because they're all on your layout?
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 between those shells, and I know that there's one in there. So there's 25 up there. But wait, there's more. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Oh, that's interesting. 45. 45, not including the Class 13s, because I'm never quite sure. Is each Class 13 2 or 1? So, I've got a lot of grunks!
I would have sworn you had more than 45 gronks.
45, not including the Class 13s, but it does include my 09s, 10s, 11s, and...
Hornby announced a Class 10, didn't they?
They did. Really looking forward to that. The first proper actual, yes it is, release of Class 10. I've got one on order. Have you got yours on order? Really looking forward to that. It's got a tops number on as well. I think it's something like 10119. Oh yes. Although Hornby, I know I've been sending... See, this is the thing. People go, oh, isn't this not... Oh, yeah, you're Michelle. You work for the industry now. I'm acting as a consultant for CMR Model Trainline, but...
And acting as a nuisance to all other manufacturers.
Yeah, sorry about that, repeater. But I have sent a lot of information to Bachmann. I've been advocating it for a long, long time. So, if you buy the Hornby Class 10, you're welcome. Because I, in part, am the nuisance behind making that happen. Apparently there's some kind of spinning wheel.
We can't help it. The weather is that bad.
It did this to me during my course on the
I know,
Wednesday.
you woke me up in a panic. I had to turn on another computer to make sure that she had the ability to take the course.
No, it wasn't just that. Occasionally the Zoom tutorial...
Did it stop zooming?
Yeah, it would just freeze and I'd be like, hello, hello? And then suddenly they'd all start moving like nothing had happened.
Bueller?
What? Bueller?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. No,
It's been a long time since...
Oh my god.
I'll be honest. Oh, whoa. Oh, shut your face. Values 56XS. The model rail Gronk is 50% off at the moment. Zoe.
I'm on it.
Yeah. Ooh. And they're actually really good. I'm assuming that's the Class 11s. Which... I I've already paid full price for 2. So, like, I don't begrudge it. So there we are. There's D12062. And I've also got here, if I can just free it from that, I've got 12052 as well. So there you go. So 2 of their Class 11s, no waiting. And there is actually a very noticeable difference between a Class 08 and a Class 11. Now, the Class 10, basically, the difference is the traction motors and the engine unit. I don't even know whether the exhaust vent is different in the roof. So a re-livery will suffice. A bit like a Class 09. But have you found it or what?
Well, it took me a while to find their website. Because Model Rail magazine appears to be Model Rail Offers online, not Model Rail.
Yeah. Caledonian Railway 1233. I've already got the Longmoor Military Railway one from Bachmann when they did that as a Model Zone exclusive. Oh my! £84.50. Ooh. So, hey kids, and actually I'm looking at the Rapido 1600 class steam locomotives. Some of them down to £74.50. Hey, fill your boots, people. This is... Look at this.
Shall I bring it up on the big screen?
Bring it on the big screen because there are bargains to be had here. Now, I'm looking actually at some of these Class 11s, and I really like the Rail Blue ones, but I've already got the Rail Blue ones. Oh, that's quite a gear. Oh, I think we might have a winner, you know.
Right, let me just bring up the... Could you press the big screen one?
Big?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to have a quick bargain watch. No, my bargains.
So as we're seeing, everything is slow.
But look at that, £84.50 for this. I'm sorry, this is some kind of an emergency. I need to check.
Emergency Gronk situation.
Look at that. They are nice. And yeah, Basra, I've already got the Bachmann version that was done as a Model Zone exclusive. So that's off the cards. I've already got this one. Hey, I paid $169 for it. No discount for me. But hey, I supported the project. The water pipe, this one's actually quite interesting.
Oh, that's it. Yes.
Quite an interesting, that sort of olive
War
green.
Gronk.
Yes. And the black one's interesting. I've got that blue one as well. I paid $179 for mine.
What's in my wallet hurts.
Yeah, but look, can I just say, these 1600 class, I've got this one. It was very kindly donated to the channel by a Monday Club. A very fine locomotive. I should get it out and run it at some point soon. I do like these with the spark arrestor, the Busby funnels. They're interesting. I don't know where they worked with those. But there's some good prices. $74.50. Like, come on, people, fill your boots. These prices are good. I quite like this one, the Western Region Green.
I like the bright orange one. Citrus Gronk.
Yeah, that's National Coal Board. It's quite garish. I like this green one with British Railways spelt out. Oh. And then they've got a weathered one. So for a £5 extra, you get the factory weathered one.
You can't go wrong with that. That really does set out all of the detail.
Now, that's interesting.
That is a very interesting one.
That is the red and white.
Yeah.
Well, we've got some interesting stuff here. I feel like a spending spree. I like these, the 1600 class in the NCB green.
Amber Okapi Railway says, you managed to get on the Model Rail Offers page. It wouldn't come up in English for me.
Oh.
That's how very strange.
Is there not a thing?
There should be a way to force it, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
You're not on Irish ferries or something, because they bounce via Norway with their internet provider, because they do it by satellite. So all of a sudden, YouTube is in Norwegian.
Ah.
Yes, ask me how I know.
Because you've done it.
Yeah. I miss going.
Does that mean if you were streaming a film on Netflix and it bounced off to a different country, Netflix would stop showing the film for a bit.
I don't know
This
what...
is no longer available in your region, you weirdo. What are you doing?
I thought if you're already watching it, it lets you continue.
I don't know.
But I honestly don't know.
The Crouch Mining Gronk worked at the Widrington Opencast site. Oh.
These are some great prices, people.
They really are.
Yeah.
You know when we said that sales might be harming the hobby?
Unfortunately, I think what it means is they've had a lot of stock that's sort of kind of built up and not sold. Let's have a look at the Class 12s. I don't think these are in the sale.
Oof. Oh, my knee's gone.
Oh. See, I've got the blue one. I've got that top left. These aren't in the sale.
Class 12, the Gronk Supreme. I do like that faded blue.
That Tilcon blue is calling to me. The problem is, and this is what the issue is with so many sales, is I'm looking at that Tilcon blue. It's 169, but because I've seen that other quite deep discount sale, a little voice in my head goes, "I'll just wait until they put these into the sale."
And that's exactly what I was trying to get at with the sales thing the other day. We as a group, as a community, we can't.
Yeah.
We can't allow ourselves to devalue what is actually quite an expensive and precision-made piece of kit.
Yeah, I always talk about Ben and Jerry's ice cream. That's probably the analogy that I will ride it like it owes me money. Could you bring the chat back up on the screen, please?
I will. I'm just putting the link into the chat for that. modelrailoffers.co.uk.
Yeah, and can I just say, there's some really good deals on there.
There really are.
And I've got one of the 1600 class. I've got some of the class 11s. I've actually got a PWM. The first PWM, which was sent from the Hellion batch, was atrocious. I'll be perfectly honest with you. And if you're going, where's the review? It was so bad I sent it back and I said, look, if I review this, it will just be slated. So the review never happened. But the one that Model Rail sent was actually a lot better. It did make me wonder whether there was a particularly bad batch. But yeah, there's some good prices in there. Oh, the Liverpool Street Pilot in Great Eastern Blue. That's one that I need. I need my junk. Oh, yeah, do please tickle the like button. And, of course, share to social media. Let's see this turn up in groups that you wouldn't expect. I need you to share this stream in a group which will get you sanctioned.
Gardener's question time.
Yeah. Oh, go on, I dare you. Put it on Mum's net and tell him.
Don't put them on Mum's net. We don't need we don't need
those turfs in our lives.
No, we don't need Prosecco Stormfront showing up.
Yes. Yeah, Vicky Lawless. Sam did get all the bad PWMs. He does have a lot of bad luck.
It's almost like his mailman didn't like him.
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, now that he's moved, he might get better luck because he'll have a different postman.
Won't be drop kicking it over his fence. Actually, no. If it's Hermes, they'll still be drop kicking it over his fence.
Yeah, and it's like, and Sam will know this from experience as well. Hermes will drop kick it from his old address to his new one. Going for distance.
It's one of those things when you see that email and it's Hermes says, "We've got your parcel." It's not a statement; it's a threat.
Yeah, basically that's a ransom note. It's like, if you don't pay us lots of money, it's getting drop kicked into your pond. Railway Music Lover says, Jenny and Zoe, you bad people. I've just ordered the BR Blue Class 11.
These things happen.
Which one? There's two of them. Yeah. There's a clean one, and for an extra £5, the weathered one.
I was taken with that one. Take care, Joshua. Thanks for coming along, man.
Absolutely.
Have a
Take
good night.
care. Take care. Right. Let's just. So we've got 4 minutes left.
4-minute warning.
Yeah. So, has anybody else actually ordered anything off there? Do let me know. I'm always very curious because it's like I find it strange. Me be D12062. Yeah, that's the clean one. Cool. Yeah, Little Britain, I hate it when DHL... Actually, Royal Mail does it as well. Yes, we've skinned you for about 25 quid just for the privilege of sending you this email. It's like, oh, you gougy bastards. Right.
I still can't get over that time that my components for a retro computer went from Southampton to Eindhoven. They bounced between Eindhoven and Brussels for 3 weeks.
Yeah, because it wasn't supposed to be in mainland Europe.
And it didn't have any customs forms.
That was the problem, because basically it had managed to get exported without the appropriate paperwork. God knows how they managed that.
How did they get it across the border?
And then, did they find a sensible person who just wrote on it, like, send it back where it came from?
Eventually it came back. I think they sneaked it back into the country as well, Matt, because it didn't have any customs declaration sheet.
Yeah, but it had been sent in error.
I
so
know.
It was basically returned to sender.
It was ridiculous. So it came back, and highlighted in pink was United Kingdom.
Yeah. I just got another one, says Valley's 56XX. A Western Region BR GWR lettering one. Weather.
Nice.
Good man. Oh. So I am just curious. Have they just had a run on models because of me?
It's the Kirk effect.
Why are you listening to me?
You're a bad influence.
But like the Rapido 1600 classes are really good as well. I've got a Dark Valley one up there. I need to get another one of those actually. I really quite fancy one of the NCB green ones.
Oh, we've had a message from Statfold as well.
Oh, have we?
Not about the show. I thought it was, but from now until the 31st of August, child tickets to our family Steam Festival Road, Rail and Ale on the 12th and 13th of September. £5 each.
Have they confirmed whether we will actually be going after they manage to lose our application?
No, let's not say it like that, babe. I don't want it to come across bad.
Oh, no. It wasn't the person who's currently organising it. I don't want it to come... I'm not having a go. But I'm just wondering if they got back to us.
They haven't.
Right. Okay.
So at the moment, we will be visiting the show as guests rather than exhibitors.
Yeah, we'll just be bad influence guests.
We'll rock up and we'll have a good day.
Yeah, we'll be on the train flailing.
I'm going on the tram. If the tram is running, I'm on the tram.
Yes,
so
you are.
You'll be able to meet me there as I grin from ear to ear as I go backward and forward on my favourite of all vehicles.
Yeah. We'll do a Monday Club meetup at Soil Models.
Yes. But yeah, there was a bit of a situation. It's one of those things. Messages have been missed. Or I don't know whether it was on our side or theirs or both. But it does look like right now we're not going to be exhibiting, but we will be at Statford instead of the Great Electric Train Show this year. Because we want to go and see how the other half lives for a change.
Vicky Lawless, you and me both. I'm looking for that Model Zone exclusive of the Liverpool Street Pilot, I must admit. So I did see one. It did rock up at Ellis Clark Trains, and it sat there for ages, which should have been a sign that I should have bought it, but I was skinned. Absolutely skinned.
These things happen. Sometimes you have to...
Oh, thank you so much, Andy Bettis.
Oh my
very
goodness,
kindly
thank
donated
you.
£4.99 for the Brink Fund. I think that's for the Bicky Fund.
Thank
or it could be the Gronk. I don't know.
Thank you very much.
Oh, my thumb's gone very cold because it's been on one of those ice packs.
Right on track says, this is the time you win an award when you're not there. Well, if it happens, it happens. But to be fair, I honestly think Charles... Yeah,
no,
I think Charlie's going to win.
Right, can I just say that, and we've got to, I voted for Charlie.
Do you want me to bring that up on the big screen so they can see it?
Yes. Yes.
That's as close as I can get.
Yes. What it says is, it's like me, smiley face, and I voted for Charlie. And next to it, sad face, Charlie didn't vote for me. But no, if they're doing
He's a
YouTube,
damn good guy.
He is actually. He's deserving. So I mean, his mantelpiece is like that Monty Python sketch with the guy with the title, and the thing goes out the door and down the corridor. His mantelpiece needs extending. Charlie, have you been to B&Q recently to get that mantelpiece lengthened? because we all know you're going to get another award, and deservedly so. So we're going to start it here. The Vote for Charlie for YouTuber of the Year campaign. If Hornby Magazine do that again, then please, please, please vote for Charlie, the nicest guy that you could ever meet. He really is.
He's a top
Mr.
man.
Model Railway absolutely has time for everyone, and he's got pockets full of Werther's originals, so hit him up for sweeties, it shows.
Yes, top man, top chap.
Absolutely. So remember, let's get the campaign going, let's get the ball rolling. Vote Charlie for Model Railway YouTuber of the Year.
Vote Charlie, vote
You know
often.
it makes sense.
Vote Charlie, vote often. That's how it works.
Yes. Yes. Oh, apparently it's gone 9 p.m.
It
Now,
has.
are you doing your show tonight or not?
I am.
What are you playing?
Whatever people ask for.
Right, well, I suggest, what about Trauma Second Opinion?
I would have to charge up the Wii U
Okay.
with its machine. I can play it, but I did do a review on it, so...
Okay, well, what about Zoo Puzzle?
Okay.
Zoo Puzzle. Or Piglet's Big Score.
I'll do Zoo Puzzle. It might be easier to get to.
Also, what about... what's the weird one where it's like synesthesia?
Oh, Rez.
Rez. R-E-Z.
Rez is weird.
Have you done Rez? Or will it just
Not
give
for
you
a long time.
But will it do you a copyright strike?
It won't do a strike. It will. YouTube, when it's music and stuff like that, does a copyright match,
Right.
which means that the owner of the music gets the cash from the thing. I have no problem with that because I'm just running the show just to have fun. So
The trick is to do the three-way copyright deadlock.
oh yes,
Yes, yes. The Jimquisition pioneered that good stuff. So, anywho, it would appear that we have run out of time. It's been an absolute honour having you company. What have we been wish listing? An awful lot, actually. What's interesting is how many units have been mentioned, particularly things like the Transpennine ones. I'm surprised at that, given how expensive they would likely be. But in terms of other items, there's some really big open goals, so to speak. Things like N2, D49, but also Class 06 Shunter, J39, J38, D16. There's a lot of fairly obvious E4, E5, E6. There's a lot of fairly obvious locomotives, the 156 class, and numerous others besides. And will we see them ready to run? I think eventually we might do. But that's all we got for you. Do please like, share and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And until next time, take care. Happy modelling.
and you heard it here
Bye.
first. The start of the campaign for Blucher. I want to see Blucher. Yes, we've managed to get
No.
Rocket. We've got Planet. We need Blucher.
It's not on my radar. No,
Take care,
I
guys.
will not be researching and suggesting it.
Have a great night. Bye bye.
Roll VT.
young hero. Diesel hard, but love is zero. Gronk it up, you're the one who fills the cup. Pull those wagons back and forth. Gronk it up for what you're worth. You're the one who fills the cup. Pull those wagons back and forth. Gronk it up for what you're worth. Gronk it up. Gronk it up. Gronk it up. Hashtag not a cult.
A big thank you to Andy Sawyer at Sawyer Models for helping us keep the lights on.
Absolutely. Without you, we couldn't keep the light on, and we'd have to cut right back
And
on
we'd
the
fall
light.
out the. We'd fall out.
We'd have to
the-
do this. Oh no, no, that's going to cost too much. There we go.
Oh no! Actually, that looks really atmospheric and cool.
Actually, it makes no difference on the cameras. Oh dear, let's get some sound going.
Beep beep. So, to answer the question that Ben Tillett put into the chat while the song was on, has Jenny purchased a new Gronk during this song?
Maybe.
Jen says maybe, which I think we all know is yes. Take care, guys. I'll see you later on. See it, smell it, sorted. I love that one. The train now departing is the 2110 service to Budsvarding, stopping at JK2 on Wednesday, where we'll see the start of the development of Budsvarding RTT120 layout. All change at 3 cogs for Lord Hereford's Nub. Oh, he's off. I is go and play some games on my game hammer. 12 hammer games.
So, at the end of this stream, you'll get a prompt to head straight on over to Game Hammer Classic Gaming, where your live streaming goodness will continue.
Darn tootin'.
Hit the button, hit the lever.
See it, sniff it, vomit. Yeah.
Yeah, the Shay is really nice, I have to say. It's been running without issue all night. This is an actual production sample. It's made by CMR Model Trainline. Now, if you know somebody who wants about 2,000 of them, then yeah, put you in touch. But they got an awful lot to sell because they were not paid for them. Best bet is to speak to one of the big retailers and encourage them to place an order for them. There's a lot of different liveries. Now, the one that CMR Trainline have sent over to use to demonstrate them is this one you can see, which is a kind of plain black one. But there are some interesting liveries available of the CMR Trainline Shay. I just love that whistle, and it's completely playable. Yeah, Ben, tell it you'd think. I believe that CMR Trainline have got somebody else in the US trying to do just that, but it's a difficult market at the moment. You going live? So we've just had word that Gamehammer Classic Gaming is about to go live. So you guys take great care of yourself. It's been an absolute honour having your company. Until next time, take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now.